Hey guys, welcome to The Greater You. I finally got my voice back. I was sick for a bit, so missed a few days of videos, but we are back on it today. Always good to bounce back, so it's good to be with you. Today we're talking about decision making. This is a topic that you'll hear us come at from various angles and various tools. This is an important concept that I want you to think about here today. The concept of we can live by default or we can live by design. So at times, sometimes we struggle and vacillate in our decision making. We will second guess our decisions or hesitate on making important decisions. When we're talking about decision making here, I'm not really talking about what color shirt to wear on any given day, although if that's a big decision for you, that could be challenging, I suppose. I just wear a bunch of black, make it easy, right? But other decisions that are more significant, things like careers, long-term relationships, where are you going to live? Do I want to move? Where to take your next big vacation? When to have kids? How many kids? How to raise kids? There's a lot around that. Financial decisions, how much money to save, what to invest it in, where to put it. So there are a lot of big decisions that we have to face on a daily basis. And arguably so, even a lot of the things that I mentioned there, I've got to throw out there the disclaimer that some of that could be viewed as like first world problem stuff, right? There's some people that are dealing with really tough decisions of, how to get through living day to day, right? That's challenging too on every other level. And we need to do our best as a people, as a global community to help balance that out so that everyone can have opportunity, right? So for today, though, let's think about this. How do we overcome this idea of living by default so that we can live by design? So living by default is kind of living on autopilot. It's feeling like life is happening to us rather than us happening to life. We don't feel like we've got a lot of choice or a lot of capacity to affect change in our lives. And that's a hard place to be. We definitely want people to feel empowered, to be able to live by design. Living by design is living intentionally. Yes, it's living in the moment, but it's also planning for the future, learning from our past and our mistakes. It's definitely growth mindset oriented to live by design. Now, when people are living by design, there's like this fork in the road. For some people, it's like just 100% on them. Hey, I want to create a life I want for myself. For others, they're like, hey, how do I build a life that's going to, include others and really make other people's lives amazing? There might even be a third fork in the road there of a higher power connection where you lean into receiving guidance from a higher power to help you design your life. And maybe the answer is D, all of the above, that we're working on designing our life based on our own desires and our skills and talents and abilities. We're building and designing our own life based upon what we can do to contribute to the global community and make the world a little better, even just in your own home. And then also maybe considering that higher power concept that is not quite as fashionable for some people nowadays. However, we at the Greater You really do see the power of people developing their spirituality and their connection to a higher power. Regardless of those three paths, living by design is a better, more fulfilling way than living by default. Some things to think about that will help you live by design. Be very intentional. It does require bravery. You've got to take courage and put yourself into uncomfortable situations to grow and to really live by design. There's a commitment to it that's required. If we, vacillate on that, I heard a great quote from Seneca today. Well, actually, one of my clients shared it, talking about, hey, and he was a, very, very stoic philosopher. If we don't really have ourselves committed to our own values, we're going to just constantly shift. And that's going to make it really hard to live by design. So I thought that was a cool concept by Seneca. we're gonna have to be thoughtful about it and really tie our intention and our actions. We're gonna have to get that alignment triangle that we've talked about in previous videos working for us, where our behaviors, our values, and our intentions, our goals are all lined up, right? So when you do this, you will start living more by design. Big decisions are governed on the daily by many micro decisions, right? If you're going to make a big decision about a living location or a change in career, there's a lot of small decisions that lead into that and that also move you all the way into that decision and then help you to embrace that decision and make it something great for you. So the micro decisions are those small decisions along the way of where, when, how that our coaches can definitely help you with. We found that using the 5 focuses or 5 foci, as we've battled with ourselves about both ways of saying that, that those create a compass that can really help help us to design our life. If you don't remember that, go back to some previous videos on that one too, or message us, direct message us, leave it in the comments, and it's pretty easy to get hooked up with one of our coaches to help you start designing your own life. So ultimately, we recommend living by design, not by default. Default is kind of this autopilot thing that doesn't lead to the fulfilling life that you are capable of. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to our channel, it helps us out. We have a lot more content we want to bring you this year. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Have a good one.